Hey everyone, welcome back for another episode of the Coffee and Cannoli podcast. This time, just joined by our resident movie expert, Campo over here. How you doing, Campo?
Hi, I'm Campo. I'm the light mayo to Muscles Marinara's full powered mayonnaise.
And I had the meatballs.
He had some meatballs.
Who's conspicuous by his absence of the last little while, Mr. Marinara.
Yeah, he's making a lot of sauce.
He's making a lot of sauce
in jail.
It's gonna he's slicing the garlic with the razor.
Razor blade.
Don't put too many onions in the sauce. Which this episode has nothing to do with. This episode is actually all about the worst movies based on video games. I'd love to make one about just Goodfellas where we rant about Goodfellas, but
I thought the plan was to make one just about sauce.
Sauce. So, I'll do one about sauce. Like what kind of, besides tomato sauce, what other kind of sauces?
Mac sauce.
Mac sauce, okay. Big
That's
Mac
about
sauce.
It. That's all. I don't know any other sauces.
There's the British like their brown sauce and their beans, don't they?
Yeah, brown sauce.
Right? HP.
It's A1 steak sauce.
A1 steak sauce. That's it. Bring in the sauce. All right. Anyway, on that note, this is more of a free flow form. We're not going to go through a top 5 or anything because there's probably just too many to name, and there's a lot of bad video game movies out there. So I guess where can we start? What do you think is probably the worst movie based on video games?
That's not an easy question, and I'm going to deflect that because I don't want to choose a worst because I don't think there's a movie that's like far and away worse than the other ones. They fall into like groups of being absolutely terrible. I mean, there's obviously, like we said, anything by Uwe Boll is bad. Alone in the Dark is pretty bad.
Yeah. Blood Rain is another.
I mean, but Alone in the Dark is like, I think Alone in the Dark is a special kind of bad, where it's not even like fun bad. It's just bad.
Bad. It's so bad he made a sequel.
Yeah, he made a sequel to a lot of those movies.
Which he shouldn't have.
No.
He shouldn't have made them to begin with.
Yes.
At least we never got a House of the Dead sequel.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, but Uwe Boll, he's made some pretty bad films. And you were saying off camera too, you think he just takes money just to make.
Oh, I know he does. He works in a part of movies where they get tax breaks and for filming in certain locations. So they'll try to find any movie they can make for the cheapest amount so they get the money back from the taxes and then whatever they make off the movie, while also retaining the rights to a property for a company. So they'll go to like Prague or like a place somewhere in Europe where they have the tax return, and they'll make a bad movie on purpose. With zero attempt to make a good movie.
Yeah, that seems like his MO, and like,
no, he's a piece of trash.
He is. He does it on purpose too.
Oh,
and
yeah. Like, he has threatened a bunch of children on the internet multiple times.
Yes, he has. Go look that one up. We're not going to talk about that here, but he has. He is definitely he's definitely a troll's troll.
Yeah, he's not a troll in the sense of like you're trolling someone. He's the troll who trolls the trolls, but just kills people.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So Uwe Boll, he's his own different kind of special. Like you said, he's done Alone in the Dark, which is a special kind of bad. He's done House of the Dead, terrible film. He's done the Blood Rain series, even Postal. Postal was really bad. It's also a game that didn't warrant a movie.
No. So are we still on Uwe Boll? Go.
Sure.
Finish off the list. Go.
Okay, so he's done that. He's done In the Name of the King, the Dungeon Siege film. Like that's pretty much it. Like
In the Name of the King is not the worst thing I've ever seen.
No. And
it actually has like actors. I know for a fact that Jason Statham's in it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Ray Liotta's in it.
Yes.
He
is.
The Scooby-Doo guy's in it.
Scooby-Doo, which one?
The guy who plays Scooby-Doo, Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
And then there's another like decently sized name.
Ron Perlman was in it.
Perlman?
Yeah, it was Ron Perlman.
It's
There
like
for a while,
what?
he was in it.
Oh, here I just found it. John
Literally,
Rhys
so
Davis.
yes. Oh yeah, Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like how are you? What?
And this is like right off the heels of Lord of the Rings
I
too,
mean,
wasn't it?
nowhere in the realm of a good movie, but I would not. Of all of his movies, it's not one of the worst.
This one's a little bit tolerable.
You can watch it.
Yeah. Which one was the one? I'm thinking one with Nicolas Cage. Was there one with Nicolas Cage?
Probably Nick Cage took a lot of bad movies.
Yeah, I know
He
there
did
was
one recently. I don't know if it was based on a game or not.
No, I don't
it
think
was
so.
So garbage.
Yeah, he's another one who's taken a lot of bad movies. But Uwe Boll, going back to what he's saying, so those are like some of his really bad movies, and it's like you said, he just takes these films on for the sake of getting that tax break. Just he's a piece of garbage, literally, he's a piece of garbage, and like you said, he retains the rights to these films, so this way nobody else, mind you, nobody else wants to make these movies. So.
Well, I don't think he's doing it himself. I think Sega
It's
is
the production,
like,
yeah.
Sega's like, oh, I need a movie of this made so I don't lose the rights. Make it for less than $1 million,
and he'll go and
then
do
they'll
it.
get half of it back in taxes on top of it, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, going back, what were you going to say before we finished off with Uwe Boll here about?
Well, I don't care. Uwe Boll sucks. But there's a movie that I wanted to bring up. That's
Sure.
why I asked. And this is a special kind of bad. When you asked me about bad, I think I found the one. It's the second Street Fighter movie.
Oh, the Chun-Li
story or something.
Yeah.
That is a bad movie.
With
like a straight up bad movie. Like
with Kristen Kruk from Smallville there.
Yeah, Chris Klein, Neil McDonough, sorry, and
Neil McDonough too. Yeah. It had like some fairly big.
It was not made in the same situation of that. They thought they were going to make something that people were going to watch. And don't forget, this is at the same time that we also got the Dragon Ball movie, which was a disaster.
Oh my God.
There was a period there where just bad movies were just flooding for video game movies were just coming out like crazy around
or
the
just
time,
like IP movies, like established IP movies, like you said, Dragon Ball, not necessarily a video game movie, but it was an established IP.
Yeah, it was like mid to late 2000s, and it was just like anything that had a video game name was attached to it was going to get made.
Yeah, Doom.
Oh, I like Doom actually. It's not horrible, and the cast is like phenomenal.
Yeah, it had like a pre like famous Carl Urban in it too, didn't it?
Yeah, The Rock.
The Rock was in it.
Rosamund Pike. I can't even think, but there's a bunch of.
But that's the thing. That's a different category altogether from the Uwe Boll category. These are movies that they thought were going to be massive successes and just turned out to be.
Yeah, like I said, when you talk about video game movies, I feel like they fall into categorical clumps in terms of quality. There is not like you can't really just be like, this sucks, because there's this sucks and they knew it was going to suck. Then there's this sucks and they thought it was going to make money category. Right. Then there's like ones that are okay. Like there's a lot of like shit like that in terms of stuff. So like the second Mortal Kombat movie, I can watch it and have a fun time with it. Yeah. It's more faithful to the source material, but it's a trash heap of a movie.
Yeah, it is. It's poorly shot. It's not a very good, I guess, quality. Like you said, it kept the source material, but I think what I found lacked to that one was the fact that they couldn't bring Christopher Lambert back.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
No, I was going to say, but even like the movie that gets panned, not just the Chun-Li movie, but the first Street Fighter movie that had a stellar cast. And they thought it was going to be this huge box office success.
But to me, that movie falls into a category with the original Mortal Kombat, and a few other movies where they're definitely not as bad as people make them seem, and they hold a lot of nostalgia for some people. But they're still they'll never be considered like a good movie.
It's watchable.
Yeah, they're watchable. Fun nostalgia pieces that are not as bad as everyone says, but they're not good.
If you want to shut your brain off for like an hour and a half, it's fine.
There's a lot of movies like that.
Like sure, we're gonna get this Dutch bodybuilder to play an American, right?
So I have one here that I see right now that I want to talk about because I don't think it's that bad. Wing Commander.
I didn't mind Wing Commander.
Wing
I actually
Commander's
liked.
not that bad.
Yeah.
It's actually like comparative to what it's rated. Like I think, hold on, I think it says a Rotten Tomatoes. It's 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't know what the actual weight score is, but
Yeah.
I mean it's probably low. Also, out of that realm of movies that I kind of like, both Hitman movies sucked.
Yes, the Timothy Oliphant and the other one.
Yeah, and that's what the other one's called. The
Yes.
other one.
I think that one's just called. I think that's called Agent 47, isn't it?
Yeah, there's Agent 47, and the other one was just called Hitman.
Hitman,
right?
yeah. The Timothy Oliphant was the Hitman. Another one too.
Also, Go. Are you going to say Max Payne?
Yeah, I was going to say Max Payne
because they're so similar.
Because that was that same era with like everything,
the style and the dark,
the desaturation of the color and everything. Like that was also a way of movie making back then too. Everything had like the saturation pulled right out of it. Even
it still does. It's still a thing they do now, and it's
not as bad. Like I mean, I remember just the other night I was watching the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, and everything was like blue. Everything looked blue.
I know, and I agree with you, but that movie's good.
So, it is a good movie.
Let's
but I'm just saying, I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm talking about, that desaturation.
But there was this period of time that like you said, that it was the thing to do. It was the coolest thing in Hollywood was take away all the colors. And now it's like, oh, it's a video game or a superhero, give it back the color, unless you're Zack Snyder. But I mean, that's a different story.
That's a different story, because look how colorful Detective Pikachu was, or Sonic, which are decent.
Free Guy.
Yeah. Which is like not technically based off a video game, but it's still
based on video games.
Which
we did lists with this with Putty. There's movies about games, and then there's movies about video gaming.
Games.
Like
Pixels.
Yeah, like Pixels, exactly.
Which is a bad movie.
I mean, I don't hate Pixels. It's not good.
No.
But it's not offensively bad, like some of like Jack and Jill or something.
Oh yeah, Jack and Jill.
Which only has one redeemable quality, which is the Oscar-worthy performance from Al Pacino. Dunkachino. He's amazing in that movie.
Yeah, he's pretty good in that movie.
Okay, so like
this you talk really about big. Just going for a paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, but he delivered. Okay.
Yeah, but what were you saying about?
I'm just looking through. Like, I have a bunch of lists open.
Oh, I can tell you the Assassin's Creed one with Michael Fassbender.
How did you know that was the next one?
Just like you know, I was going to say Max Payne.
Yeah, we're on fire right now.
Yeah.
That movie was absolute trash fire, friggin' dumpster bins.
Yeah, like I think what that movie suffered was the fact that I think it tried to tell an original story. If they took the story of Ezio, which I think would have been so much better,
they should have just did exactly what the game did, because this is a movie based on a game from the modern era of gaming, where the stories are close to, if not equal to, the caliber of TV shows and movies that you're getting.
Yeah,
they wrote a good story for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
and like especially the first time, because after that it was just let's redo the same thing for 5 million games and change the skins on it.
Yep.
But if you can tell, I hate the series. But,
I still like it, but go on.
I mean, I'll go Black Flag.
Yeah, Black Flag is phenomenal. Yeah,
that it's so good that
if they turned that into a movie, that would be amazing.
Yeah, you could do it with all of them, because they're all different eras. Imagine this now.
Yeah,
but you have to use the same main character, I think, and you constantly keep putting him into these new worlds. Oh my God, we have a new show. It's called Sliders.
Right. Oh my God, Sherry O'Connell, welcome back.
But you could have done that with a series easily, and every episode an hour long, like a Netflix one where 57 minutes is an episode, and every time he's going to a new time. Or
it's called Quantum Leap.
2 episodes, like you have we just named 2 back to back. You make it so every episode's a continue, so it's 2 hours per like event.
Yeah, tell a new story, but like have them travel to different eras,
or just make every season 6 episodes and have it be
one era
thing every time. And that's so smart. How did we just think of that? But you have $1 million worth of money in a room, couldn't figure this out,
and you couldn't figure that out. It's like, how do we make money? How can we monetize this?
You took a terrible game, The Witcher, and you made it into a show that people like, which I think is a garbage dumpster fire of a show.
But the books are amazing. I have my own thoughts on The Witcher because I've read the books, and I'm a little upset with the direction they took season 2. So, and don't get me wrong, Henry Cavill, I love him as Geralt. He's phenomenal.
He's committed to the role.
He's played the game. Like, he knows the lore behind the character.
From someone who's played the game, I don't really like it, as I've said. I don't hate it as much as I make it seem. I just like to piss people off.
Yeah, that's fine.
But the show is nothing like the game in tone in any way. It's so
not at
goofy.
All. It's more based off the books.
Okay, so is that where it's coming from? Because I couldn't understand it. I watched season 1 up to like the last episode, and I was like, I cannot deal with this. Why is it like goofy comedy?
So the first 2 seasons are loosely based off the first book.
Okay.
So, but they're doing it to add drama. I think that's where the goofy
regardless, that does not fall in the category of bad video gaming.
No.
We digress, and we must move on. Most of the Pokemon movies are pretty trash.
The animated ones,
though the new one, I think it's called Forever, where they just remade
the first movie,
Pokemon, the first movie again, and it's looked better, but it was stupid.
It was still a bad movie.
This is the 4th time that we've seen the origins of Ash. Now he's basically Spider-Man. You had the original anime, then halfway through the anime it rebooted, then you had the first movie, and now this movie and they all have the origins of Ash, and nobody cares. All right, he's 10. Show me another 10-year-old that's walking around in the woods and survives. Okay,
the kid from Digimon there.
Yeah, but he's in a digital world.
Yeah, of course. Going back, Need for Speed with Jesse Pinkman there.
Yeah, that's a trash.
They tried to recreate.
I'm running out of words. You see what's happened to me?
Yeah. when you're at a loss for words, we know we're in trouble.
And, I remember people being so hyped for that movie because Need for Speed was so popular at the time, and so was Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And I never understood the Aaron Paul popularity. I'm not a huge fan of his, even as much as I like the show. Like, he's good in Breaking Bad, but so I wasn't so hyped. But I remember all my friends being so hyped for this movie. And
I think it's also because they were trying to play off they were trying to get some of that Fast and the Furious kind of money.
Oh, for sure.
That's the only reason I think why they did it. And they had a big name attached to it. He's fresh off of Breaking Bad, so he's got some star power attached to him too, right?
Oh, for flipping sure.
Yeah. What about the dumpster fire? That's the Resident Evil series.
Okay, so you're like, stop this, please. I like the first one, and I like the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like when they blew up City Hall.
The third one, yeah, exactly. I was supposed to be in that, and schedule conflicts, and I couldn't do it. But they did a lot of it, like at Bigford Park and like places. They're just filming like the zombie horror.
The exhibition.
Yeah, mind you, I'm glad I didn't go for that one shoot because you would have had to spend like time in makeup getting painted to be like a zombie, which probably would have been terrible. Because being on those shoots is already bad. They're like 16-hour days, and most of it you're just lying on the floor waiting for the next thing to happen.
Waiting for the next scene.
Yeah, but so I like the first one. I like the second one. The third one sucks. I don't remember which one out of the next two. So out of the fourth one or the fifth one, there's one where they go into like a simulation.
Yeah.
I actually find that one so much fun.
I think that's the fifth one.
Okay, so I have so much fun with that one. I admittedly know it's not a good movie. But the sixth one is by far and away so bad, it's not even comparable to the rest of the series. He cuts in some of the scenes in like 10 seconds. There's like 43 cuts. How is that possible? And he did the same thing with another bad movie game, which is Monster Hunter. Paul W.S. Anderson, and just putting his wife in everything. I love Mila Jovovich to death. Multipass.
Lilu.
And she's a good action star.
Yeah, she is.
She's fine in all these movies.
She's proved it in The Fifth Element. Like,
but it's
going back to that.
Oh, he just creates dumpster fires.
Yeah, like I was expecting more from Monster Hunter 2, and that one kind of disappointed me because I love the franchise.
The Monster Hunter, being as deep in the community as I am, was getting a lot of hype. People were very hyped for it, and it was not good.
No, I
didn't even finish it. I didn't even.
What threw me off was the fact that let's teleport these people from the real world into like the whole Monster Hunter world, and it's like no. No,
Yeah.
that just tell a fresh story.
There's a good episode of Corridor Crew that came out recently where they talk about the stunts for that movie, I think, or the effects. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
And they show the scene where the guy's like pulling back a bow, and it has like 14 cuts just to show him pulling the bow back. And
Yeah.
they're like, he's like, what story are you trying to tell here? All you need to show us is he has a bow,
Bow,
he's pulling it
pull,
back.
the release.
You don't
Like,
need 14 cuts to tell us a story about this. There's no story here. But yeah,
he's telling the wrong story. How about that?
the sixth Resident Evil is a dare. I dare people to watch it because it's a special kind of bad. It's like annoying bad because it's made by a competent group of people with competent actors and a budget behind it.
Yeah.
And it's so bad that it's like, did you even try? Like, were you trying to make a movie? Because like it's just hot garbage.
It is. It is.
I'm
Have
coming
you
up with
watched?
words again.
Have you watched the new one, the Raccoon City one? Because I haven't
but
yet.
Once again, so much hype for no reason. I don't understand what the hype was.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
People are saying it's the worst movie of the year.
Oh, good.
Which is, this is a year where
A very short year so far.
I mean, Space Jam 2, Home Alone, the new Home Alone.
Mhm. Yes.
There are some bad movies that came out this year. So to call that one the worst is like,
it's a special kind of bad. It's a special kind of bad. I didn't mind the most recent Mortal Kombat. That one was pretty good.
Okay, I think it was a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
My bias, if you've seen my review, I have a bias like nostalgia factor rating for it and like how close it was actually to the games and like the coolness of it being a gamer from that era. It's an watchable movie.
Yeah,
but
the animated film from this year though was really, really good.
Amazing.
Yes.
Sorry. The first animated one, amazing. The Scorpion, whatever it was called. The second one I didn't like. The second one, objectively, I think it was okay.
Right.
But personally, I was so disgruntled after watching it because the first one was so good, and then you gave me that, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's a letdown. It's like a wet fart or something.
You spent the whole first movie developing what's going to happen perfectly. This movie was like rush, kill everybody, kill off all the characters. Okay, where do we go now?
It's like the air being, like I always use this analogy, the air being let out of a balloon. It's like you let it build up, and then all of a sudden just everything just
you build up, and then wet fart. And that's where we are.
And that's where we are. Got any more? Because I got a few more.
Oh, I have a lot.
Oh, I got a lot too.
Okay, so a movie many that I don't objectively, subjectively, take it however you want. I personally hated it. Was the new Tomb Raider.
Okay.
I think we might have talked about this. Well, we in our video game movie ones on my channel, we did for sure. But like Alicia Vikander is so effing annoying for like the entire movie. If you did like a counter, like a sin counter, there's like 5 million times where she goes,
yeah, I sound like a parrot. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
With her requiring to put any stress or physical activity was just these screeching moans of like someone being stabbed, like a small parakeet being cut.
Yeah.
And I couldn't deal with it. It was like ear grating. And her performance was not good. I didn't like how the movie tried to be cool, like at the beginning when they do like the bike rider scene mixed with the fighting and then the parkour. I was like, wow, what is this?
Yeah, they tried to reboot the movie the way they rebooted the game, and that didn't work.
And I think the first one, as not good as they are,
the Angelina Jolie ones,
Angelina Jolie understood that she's just supposed to be like a cool, badass character that could do anything.
Yeah.
And the creators understood that it's a video game about make it as close to like an Indiana Jones style movie as you can.
Yeah.
Where the new one was too serious and like dark and there was no playfulness to the adventuring.
Yeah.
The guy that she's with on the boat, I can't think of who it is.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He was amazing. He was the best part of the movie. All his comedy.
Yeah. I got the Prince of Persia one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I like
that one shows up on a lot of, but I found some enjoyment with that as well. The one I hate. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
No. I was gonna say you're gonna go explain. You're gonna expand on that.
It's overly long.
Yeah.
It has a lot of unnecessary draggy scenes, but I think whatever her name is,
Eva Green?
No, not Eva Green. What the hell's the girl's name that's in the movie?
I can't remember now.
Oh my god, you're making me look this up. Okay, anyways, but Jake Gyllenhaal is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird that they whitewashed the character, but I mean, at the same time, he did a good job. The action is pretty decent. It's very similar to the game. It has a lot of fun adventure aspects.
Yeah.
And I think him and her did a good job. Once I find out what her name is, Gemma Arterton.
Okay, the from James Bond. There, she was in James Bond as well.
Strawberry Fields.
Yes,
but it was a fine movie.
Yeah,
Ben Kingsley. I mean,
that's right. Yeah,
I'm not going to say it's good, but in the realm of video game movies, it's one of the better ones.
It's one of the better ones. Yeah, I agree with that. What were you going to say?
Mario Bros.
Okay, yeah, we can't. I think that's where that's I think our final talking point of the evening, because a lot of people now, I notice now there's a nostalgia for it, but there shouldn't be, because it was just so bad.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. Like recently I saw somebody, and I'm just going to say it, if they watch this, good for you, you're an idiot. But a stack of movies, and we were talking about this, and they had Tammy and the T-Rex in there, and not like I just found it, like the new Blu-ray special edition from like the niche site that bought the rights and makes it and charges probably £50 is what they paid in England, because I believe they're British,
right?
And like, can you imagine paying 50 pounds, not Canadian dollars? That's like 300 Canadian dollars for
it's like $80 or something like that. But yeah,
like, even if you watch it once, okay, but that's not a movie you need in your collection. That's a movie I'll just watch it online pirated if I'm going to watch that movie, because it's not a good movie. It's just nostalgia, stupid nostalgia, and that's what's happening with this. And now they released the Blu-ray for this, and it's sold out immediately on Amazon.
I think people are doing it as a joke. Like, people are buying it as a joke just to say they have it.
If I found it for like $5, I would buy it just to have it
at a flea market or something.
But I'm not going to pay your exorbitant $29.99 for the new Super Mario Bros. Blu-ray. Who wants that?
Why?
They made this movie. This movie started out with a good cast, as a good project, a good idea.
The cast is amazing. You have Bob Hoskins, you have John Leguizamo, you have Dennis Hopper, like, for crying out loud.
That's the husband and wife team that took over the directing. I can't remember their names. I'm trying to look for it right now. It doesn't say for some reason on this. But yeah, everyone involved, the director, the producers, the writers, the story just kept evolving into this stupid ass movie.
Yeah. It was.
Listen, Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo was actually good choices for those roles. Especially in that time.
They suited like these were hot actors at the time too. Bob Hoskins, wasn't he just hot off of Roger Rabbit too?
I don't know, right off of Roger Rabbit, but yes, he was back. He was making his little comeback.
Yeah, he had Hook around that time too.
Hook. The closest thing I could think of to making a better version of this would if you got Jason Alexander and the guy who played Kramer, I can't remember his name, Michael Richards as Luigi, and George Costanza as Super Mario.
Yeah.
And that's what I want.
Jerry Stiller as Koopa.
Yeah, exactly. he looks basically how they made Dennis Hopper look.
Right, so you're already halfway there, right? So with the orangey yellow hair. But I think if we had to say Super Mario, that one gets too much love and nostalgia for it, and I don't think it should. Like, that was a legitimately bad movie. It's
hard to watch.
It is. I can't sit through
especially when you know the story behind it and how like the actors were so like abused on set, and Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo were drunk all day long.
They showed up to set like completely wasted.
They took shrooms and shit on purpose. Like they got effed up just to like ruin the movie because they didn't like the direction that everyone was taking it.
Yeah, I agree with that. On that note, you got anything else, or?
Oh, I could go at this all
right,
day.
let's keep going then. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. What else you got?
This video into a two-parter?
No, let's keep going. What do you got?
I mean, there's these movies go on forever.
There are a lot of them.
Warcraft. I hated that movie. Absolute stupid, dumb garbage. I hated how popular it was when it first came out.
Yeah, it did well within the first few weeks.
Yeah. Upsetting. Dead or Alive. I know we talked about that. Not a good movie, but I have fun with it because
that's what's her name. Is it Jamie Presley?
Jamie Presley, and I have it open right here. Devin Aoki, Holly Valance. Like there's a decent amount of
star power behind it.
B-level star power. Yeah, and it understands what it is. It's a goofy ass fighter movie, and it did what it's supposed to do, but it wasn't good.
It's like, which fighting franchise have we not done? Okay, there's Street Fighters. Let's do Dead or Alive.
Okay, so I don't know. Did you like Final Fantasy Spirits Within?
I was just confused throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
I had no idea what I was. I had no idea what I was watching.
Yeah,
like I mean, technically, back then, like the early 2000s, the CGI behind that was fantastic.
Oh, it still holds up enough. It's a little too uncanny valley, but they really took like the name Final Fantasy and just applied it to something.
Yeah, because I had nothing. I was expecting something more along the lines of Final Fantasy, and I
believe this came from them trying to make a new game, and then the idea got turned down, so they just applied that storyline to
the movie,
to a movie. Yeah.
Okay. Because I liked Advent Children.
Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Talk about Final Fantasy films.
Yeah. I didn't hate Angry Birds. That's on here on these lists, but I didn't hate that. I think it's a fine animated movie.
If it's a kids, like I mean, for a silly kids movie, it's fine. Like you want to shut your kids up for 2 hours on a Saturday afternoon, it works.
Rampage.
The one with The Rock.
Yeah.
Not the UA Ball version.
No.
Back
that
to
was
UA
pretty
Ball.
bad. And it's funny because there's like
that's two bad like game movies that The Rock has made now.
A lot of the lists when you look online are really stupid. Like I just had a bunch open just to like have as notes, and like Detective Pikachu is on some of these lists.
Detective Pikachu was a great movie. I like
the list I'm looking at right now has Sonic. So
Sonic is probably the best video game movie that's been made so far.
Okay, this is it. Silent Hill's on this list. I'm already closing this list. You've officially lost. The second Silent Hill sucks.
Yeah. That's filmed in the East Beaches here in Toronto.
Another one that's really highly like ranked, and I think it's just because the lack of actual quality video game movies is Ratchet and Clank, which I stopped watching it not because it was bad, just because I didn't care. I got halfway into the movie and it's like, I don't give a shit about what's happening right now.
I was watching the movie and I put it down. I went to go play the game.
Yeah, I was like, I'd rather play the game.
Yeah, that was released.
Movie, but it's
it was released around the same time like the PS4 game came out, right? Like it was like a tie-in kind of thing.
Yeah, I believe it's not that old. It's like 2020 or 2019, late 2019.
Yeah, it's like not a tie-in, but it's kind of like goes hand in hand with the.
It just I couldn't understand why it was so popular. I guess gamers are just like. They're like comic book people. You just throw anything out there like best movie ever, and then the next movie comes out and they're like that movie sucked. This one's better.
Yeah, very true. Very true. There are also people out there that like the Green Lantern films. So
hey, I saw it opening day. All right, I had advanced special screener tickets with my friends.
And then when you left, you're like, why did I do this?
Oh, when I left, I was like, at least Blake Lively was in it. But. You know what's funny? Because at that time, no one really knew Ryan Reynolds.
No.
Like, he wasn't very popular.
I think he just was right after he did Van Wilder, maybe?
No, I think it was after Just Friends.
Okay.
It was at the beginning of his, like...
he did it, yeah, right when he did Waiting.
Yeah. Right after Blade 3. Yeah. It was like, he was right about to blow up.
Yeah,
actually, it would have been way later than Blade 3.
I saw
Blade 3, I believe, on my 13th birthday with
Triple H,
Anthony, Nicholas, a bunch of my buddies. We went to Yorkdale, and then afterwards we went to HMV, and I bought the soundtrack because it had all the Wu-Tang guys on it. Like, you know, a lot of 13-year-old kids that are like, yeah, I'm gonna go get this because I like Wu-Tang. I'm gonna go buy the album for Blade Trinity.
Well, is it like what's his name now? RZA. He does a lot of movie scores now.
Oh yeah, I don't want to say that was his first,
but that was
but that
kind
might have
of
been like
dipping his
bigger
toes.
ones.
Yeah.
I know he did a lot with Ghost Dog, and
Yeah.
then Kill Bill is like when he boomed. After
Yeah.
Kill Bill, he got Afro Samurai, and like he started making his own movies. He made House of the Flying Daggers or whatever it was called.
What's the one? The Iron, was it the man with the
Iron Fist.
Yeah.
The Iron Fist. And
With
then
Batista.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I actually like that one. I didn't mind that one too much.
Cheesy kung fu movies.
Yeah, basically what it is.
He made what he loves, and you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah,
he wasn't trying to make an Oscar winner; just wanted to make a
Wu-Tang
cheesy
style. That's all.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. What else do we got on this list? I think I'm done.
Yeah, I closed my thing. I don't even want to look at it anymore.
I'm done. This is too depressing. So on that note, I'm actually going to go back and play a good game now. So on that note, everyone, thanks again for joining us. Let us know in the comments below which video game movies you hate or which hated video game movies you actually like. On that note, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. All right.